Hey guys, sorry I had it muted. Thanks. Welcome guys. We'll get started in just a minute. Here we go. So I got Mr. Zombie and Andrew Munns. God, Andrew Munns, that's a name. Man, I think that's a blast from the past. I think he's a former, I can't remember. It's just so familiar, that name. Oh, let's see what I got here. Kind of a semi-weak turnout from the members, I got to say. But we got, I think, 4 or 5 from X. So we'll get, hopefully we won't run for 2.5 hours. Loud and clear. Good, Mr. Zombie. Thanks. Always amused by people's... yeah, I knew I recognized that name. Well, nice to see your handle. Quantum stocks taking a beating. Yeah, weird with Google making that announcement. I know Google spiked off of it. Maybe they're taking the market. Oh, God. A big drop in the market right there. This doesn't really concern me. This looks to me like manipulation. Let's see how we at 31. Okay, we'll give it another minute and we'll start. But that was a pretty nasty leg. I'm looking at the futures over here. It's not going to be good for crypto. Crypto's going to take a beating today. Hopefully we don't have accounts getting completely blown up. Yeah, so we're going to get challenged. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Let me get this thing going. Holy shit, do I have a lot of tabs open? Okay, let me close that. Okay, disclaim. What am I starting with? I'm starting with, here, let me get this out of here. Oh shit, why do I have that? Where is that coming from? What is that sound coming from? Is that Discord? Oh shit, hopefully that... Hang on a second. Maybe there's... Let me still, that's too annoying. Can't... Desktop audio, why is it doing that? Check, that should be better. Nope, still there, shit. Give me a second here, guys. Discord. I think that's Discord doing that. Okay, that should be better. Okay, you guys can still hear me. Desktop audio. I don't know that I need that. Yeah, okay. That should be good. I don't have desktop audio. Okay, all right, we're good. Okay, so here we go. So this is MK 1988. Whenever I see a handle like that, it makes me think that's the year he's born. MK 1988. So, well, not that young. That's kind of the sweet spot for our members. It tends to be 25 to 45. So it's the age range we tend to see. MK 1988, this is nice looking work here. Very nice, right? So this is Bitmine, or this is your Ethereum treasury. Kind of the marquee example of this. I believe this is Tom Lee's company, if I'm not mistaken. I should back up, right? So I know many of you here, there's a lot of members here in Regs, but for those who might be tuning in for the first time, what we do here, so I poll the members, I ask them to give me their content, what they're interested in. And then we review it together and see how they're progressing with the material that we're teaching. Sometimes, they're nailing it. Other times they bring some other influences in, and we try and kind of blend that together. One thing I feel like I always need to emphasize here: this is swing trading, not day trading, not short-term trading. This is swing trading. So a lot of times the setup here, the things that we're looking at, they could take weeks to months to ultimately play out. I mean, if you look right here. I just grab this arrow. If we get this reaction here, we're going out to, that's January of next year. Should this count get realized? So sometimes I think people get so dialed into the short-term price action, today, right? So the market's down today. Is it a trend change? Or, it depends on the time frame you're trading. But one thing I think you will find that's very, very consistent, and I try and remind people of this, is the Elliott Wave, which is a big part of our TA approach. Most effective 60 minutes and above. In fact, I discourage people from going down below 60 minutes. I mean, unless you're digging out a count, right? Did we really complete? You're just going to see it better on 60 minutes and above. Ultimately, 4 hours daily, weekly. That's where it really shines. But it's easy to get discouraged with it if you're trying to do Elliott counts on a 5 minute or 1 minute. I mean, I have people doing really, really short-term stuff, and you're just changing the counts all the time, right? You stay out, bigger picture. Always work from the higher time frame down, not the opposite. Oh, this looks good on the 1 minute. Let's see how it looks on the 5 minute. Let's see how it looks on the 15, right? You never want to go that direction. You always want to go top down. So just a reminder here that a lot of stuff we look at here is not necessarily something you're going to bank this week or this month or this year, right? Potentially, right? With the targets up here going into next year. So we look at this setup here. Now, certainly there are times where things happen quickly. I mean, that's 4 or 5 days, right? What a monster rip that is. But, as is typical with the market, we'll do something like that. I mean, markets kind of digest that, right? I mean, this is a whole lot of shorts getting hammered here. This is people piling in long. We go through the retracement here. Are they still holding? You got to look back here and say, as I would always do, kind of look and go, wow, where have we been? Boy, this is surprisingly sparse volume here. Now, we are in log scale here, duly noted here. But you can see it's not, this kind of gappy price action here is not ideal. I'm somewhat surprised to see that. But we can certainly get a good read on this count, right? So here's a prospective 1. Here's a 2. It looks very good. Big ripping 3. We go in just beyond the high probability low. Again, the market's not obligated to go here. This is where it usually goes. Now we're putting in some sort of retrace here, and that's what we're after. Would I have the right look? Yeah, very, very nice. Kind of fat in the 2 and the 4, but that that's not uncharacteristic for an Elliott count. Again, market's kind of digesting here. With crypto selling off today or this week, he's looking for calls here, which is a nice way to get involved here and give yourself some staying power. I do a lot. In fact, the majority of my trading is in options. It's a nice way to do it. So he's going out to January 16th, so he's buying time, right? Which means he's going to have to pay a little bit more for it. That's always the trade-off, right? It's so tempting to go to the near-term options and go, oh God, look how much cheaper it'll be. But time decay, every day that passes, right? You're renting that option. You don't own it. You're renting it, and it gets, it can be, that time decay will kill you once you get inside really, 14 days or, it starts to really decay quickly. That's always the trade-off with options, right? Lower risk, great leverage, but time is your enemy when you're on the long side. So he's on a 4 here. Let's dig in there. It looks like some very nice work, right? So obviously he's studied. This is the kind of thing that you don't, unless you've studied Elliott Wave, you don't recognize it at first, right? So, okay, here's kind of a weird looking, we got a diag into the A. Okay, well, what is this, right? Well, we don't go ABC. We got a little CD, right? So, triangle, right? Can we have a triangle in the B? Yes, we can. Look where we are. It's perfectly technical, right at the 50. You've got another pivot here that doesn't get swept, but look what does get swept. If I get this out of here. Right, things we always want to look for, and things that I tried to, encourage you to, be mindful of, right? This is, you see it just, again, I know people say, but dude, enough with that, right? But I just have to remind you over and over again, right? That's probably the single worst place on the market, on this entire chart to enter the market, but who buys that, right? Retail buys it, right? Which is a good thing for us because, it's not that they're naive, they're just inexperienced, right? They don't recognize what is that, right? That's just engineered liquidity, right, for algos to grab. So somewhat surprising they didn't get this. So you can almost see how they set this up, right? So, let's get the breakout traders here because they're thinking, we're going to go get this. Oh, they're in pain now. So this is where you see the problem with this always, right? Now, sometimes, yes, of course, right? Sometimes, right, the breakouts are going to run. They have to succeed sometimes, or retail will stop doing it. We want to see them succeed occasionally, right? Because it only happens occasionally. We want to see that, right? So they'll be enticed to do it again and again and again. And there's a new crop of retail traders entering the market every single day. Sadly, right? It's just like we're restocking the pond with a fresh bunch of guppies. They'll learn, right? If they survive long enough, they're going to learn, right? You don't buy at pivot highs. You just don't, right? Why would you do it? Oh, yeah, I thought I was sure it was going to go to the moon, right? Look at the 3 high. We're going up to they do it out of greed and just inexperience, right? Oh, breakout. Vast, I think it's 80% of breakouts fail. So why would you do it? Yeah, but there's 20% that make it. Are those the odds you want? Really? Not so sure about that. So it looks like we may be getting started here, right? If this is, do we have the 2 in here? It's pretty shallow too. If we're in there, let's move his off a little bit. You know, sometimes when it's a little bit choppy like this, I'll go to a line chart. Okay, do we? Oh, is that the 2? It's kind of hard to call that. It's not real clear. Let's go to a 60, right? So here I'm going to a 60 just to evaluate a count. It kind of looks like a 5. You know, so if the other thing that I try and do here is take you through the thought process. Or again, not that I'm one guy, right? Giving you a thought process here. Looks like that could be, we could have an ABC here since it looks like that's an impulse here. So A, B, C, you know, it looks like that could fly. You can, sometimes it's a good idea. You get a label on this. Looks like we go 3, 4, we're going 5 here. No, that's way too big. Let's bring that down. Something like that. Looks like it could be underway. This is a little bumpy, of course. 1, 2. Oh Jesus! Even that's not particularly good here, but we got to give it, call it something. You probably put some trend lines around this, like something along these lines here, something like that. As we're heading down now, is that a great looking impulse? No, right? But we've got the swing structure that's there. See, that looks like a 5, right? So I feel like I'm forced into that. So are we coming down here? Well, now we're in free fall. We need to come down here. And this is why I wouldn't trade that count. I don't have a lot of conviction in that count. But we're trying to label it somehow. Okay, where are the targets? Well, he's nailed them, right? Where's the obvious target? Right here, we know there's going to be liquidity right here. And look where it is, right on the edge of value, which is surprisingly a very large number of retail traders have no idea how to use volume profile or what it really represents. So, okay, if we're looking at 70% of the trading volume here, I mean, you can almost see what they're likely to do, right? They're going to bring it down here. Oh, it's a breakout. It just happens over and over again, right? That's just like this. Oh, it's a breakout. Oh, it's a breakout. Yeah, so breakout is that's notification for us. We want to pay attention. If we're sweeping something, heads up, right? There's potentially opportunity here. Now that doesn't mean that you immediately take the other side of the market. Oh, got to get you off of there. Get off of there. I had locked up for a second. Doesn't mean you want to enter the market, but it's kind of a heads up, like, oh, because the potential is, oh, which one of these is good here? We would come down here. You're going to sweep liquidity here. Now, of course, there's always going to be below here, but we have a nice big order block here in the fair value gap. So this very nice work here, MK 1998, that we have a key order block down here. Why is that an important order block? Because of the fair value gap that came off of it. Now he's done the smart thing here in identifying the fair value gap is from the daily. Right? So if we go to the daily, that's why we would want to pay attention to it. Right? So the only order blocks you really want to consider trading off of are those that were followed by a fair value gap, because these are the footprint. This is the one thing that the institutions can't hide. Right? They can't hide there when they enter the market. So is that an order block? Yes, that's a nice looking order block. Do we know that it's going down there? No, there's no knowing. Looks like that is, where is he here? Well, let's measure it. All right, so if we take just standard Elliott wave relationships, if our B is in right here, well, we want to pay attention to that one high, right? If we're going to go to the 100, right, that this count's going to start to look pretty ugly, because really you don't want, even though that would be, you know, fib relationship here, that's the most common retracement. For an A projected from a B to go to the 100, you'd be overlapping the 1, and that this count starts to fall apart, right? That's something we'd have to pay attention to. So for him to be looking to be a buyer, he doesn't really want to see this break that pivot. Come down here. What's the last piece of this? Would be to see some sort of reaction that comes out of here. Now with options, right, you can be a little more aggressive here. If you're not trading options, you'd want to wait for some sort of a retrace here. Maybe that leaves a fair value gap here as they launch out of this. Maybe it's the imbalance, maybe it's the order block that they react to, but it's that first, let's go back to that 4 hour. It's that first reaction, right? It's very common. I mean, there's probably, if you looked today, there are probably 20,000 videos here that will describe how to trade that. Right, so there's no mystery in how to get involved. Oh, give me something. This thing is too light here. Let me give you something. No, that's not what I want. Give me this one. Hang on. Let me make that brighter, something a little bit bigger. And, oh, I don't want you. Can I not get that? All right, we'll do it that way. We want something like this that comes out of here and then gives us a little retrace. Right back into something here. So maybe there's a fair value gap. So, oh, God damn it, get off there. That thing does stick to your mouse. You'd want something down here. Some signs of like, oh, did they react here? I'm looking for a V bottom. You want obvious signs of a reaction like this. Oh, holy shit. Sorry guys, damn allergies getting me again. That's what you're looking for, which is, in a way, you can relax on it because you don't have to like, oh God, is that it? Is that the low? Is that the low? Shit, I'm not sure. Now you hear what's the downside to that? Where you're like, well, but what if it does? Okay, so eventually, right, there'll be some profit taking. There'll be a retrace, right? There, people here going, oh my God, I missed it completely. Oh my God, I missed it. Did you? Did you miss it? Now, sometimes, right, they're not going to come back, right? And you just got to move on. Next trade, right? Oh, okay, missed that one. But here, this is a nice setup. So this is the kind of thing that, okay, so crypto is going to sell off for whatever reason this week. I'd have this on your radar. I mean, these guys are, there's a little bit of, marketing promotion going on there here, but can these guys be any more bullish on Bitcoin and ETH? Pretty remarkable. I hope some of you watched Michael Saylor's, well, there's two things, right? He was just at a conference. He did the opening remarks. It's just unbelievably bullish. And then he did a 2-hour interview with Mark Moss. I've recommended him to you guys before. It's, if it's 2 hours, it's long, but it's worth the time, right? If you can find the time to listen to it. These guys can't be any more bullish, right? But you go, but he's down today. What if Bitcoin's at 108? You have to think, long term with crypto. Where's it going to be 2 years from now, 3 years from now, 4 years from now, 5 years from now? According to Michael Saylor, if it's not at 1 million, he'll be deeply disappointed. Deeply, right? I mean, so trade accordingly, right? So this is opportunity. What are you looking for? A decent entry here. Now he's going to trade with options and take some time, so let it come down, right? So actually what he wants is for it to come down. As it's coming down, what's happening? The call that he's interested in is getting less expensive. So this is some very nice work here, MK 1988. Now just put an alert on it and wait. Be patient. Patience. Right? That's the key with swing trading, right? It's different. It's a different mental approach. We all like to, get on the charts and let's see what's happening, right? But this is, you enter something like this, you're in that for 90 days. All right. Thanks for that one, MK 1988. Here's Steel Swarm. Right, I got all the regs here of late. Let's see what he's up to. I'll leave that one. Bitmine. I'm going to keep an eye on that one. Let me copy that here, and then so I don't load up my machine too much. Figma. No idea. Never looked at Figma before. Does that matter? Well, as to the technician, of course, you've heard me say this many times before. I'm sure you guys have all read this. The first assumption the technician makes is that all the fundamentals that can be known at this moment in time are factored into that price. Period, right? So do we need the fundamentals? Well, if I'm trading something longer term, I don't want to be ignorant to them. But do I need them? No, I don't need them. It's not a great reaction today. What are we doing here? So this is, what has he got here? He's got an order block detector. All right, those are good. That looks like a fair value gap detector. Maybe that's on a higher time frame. Okay, so A, B, oh, that's kind of deep. Well, let's see. We're on a 4-hour here. Are we in log? Yeah, we are. Let's go to an hour. Do we have any signs of this wrapping up here? Oh, this is pretty aggressive price action here. That's an unusual price action. Interesting, right? You can see how the fair value gaps here got taken advantage of. This is all wick. Down, 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 right here. So here would be your next order block. So this is one time framing here. We get a little pause here, so that potentially would be there to take advantage of. This is, kind of, so this is where you got to be careful, right? So you look, if you're bullish, you're looking at that going, oh God, look how good this is. Oh man, I liked it up here at 54, man. Now it's at 52. Oh, yummy. Well, easy with that. I see you need signs of confirmation here. So this needs to do something. Right now, it's lower low, lower high, lower double, lower high, lower low. Right, we've got to get something to change there. I don't know why I can't get that thing solid. That's what I want. I want that. Okay, there we go. I gotta save that. I think I just saved it. Did I? Hang on. God damn it. Save as default. That's what I'm trying to do. Okay. Pardon me. Back to it. Okay. Right. So we're looking at this and you're like, okay, well, right. This is what I was trying to get to. Lower high, lower low. Right, until something changes here, right? It's very tempting. Oh God, look at that! Oh God, my risk is going to be so very tempting. There's no reason to be a buyer here yet. You got to have some sign of it, right? You really here on the 1 hour, you'd have to. Some of these have got to get swept, or you're setting yourself up for just more of this, right? Oh, that's got to be it. Oh, that's got to be it. No, that's definitely it. No, we got to do that. And even then, that's not the time you want to let it come back. That's when you buy it. So you're looking at this going, well, fuck, man, I might have to wait. Well, how long, right? 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks. How many more weeks, right? Patience is what pays for swing traders. And it's hard to teach. It's hard to wrap your head around it because we all want it now. Right? I'm a trader. I want it now. Well, that's not where the longer term money is made, in the now. Not that I would discourage you from taking a portion of your trading capital and put it towards shorter term stuff, right? Because we all, crave that action. As traders, you want it, right? It's just human nature, right? You want that dopamine, you want that hit, you want that excitement. But that's not where the bigger money is made, right? There's not a hedge fund manager anywhere that would tell you differently. Right? Plus, as I say this often, the shorter the time frame, the more directly you're competing against the machines, and you can't compete against the machines. You cannot, right? It's silly to even try. You can't. You won't. They'll bury you. So why do you want to try and go head to head with the algorithms? What is Goldman Sachs 10,000 trades a second? A second. You want to get on the other side of that? I think not. Oh, let's see. Nothing to do here, really. And we're in log scale. I mentioned this one. This is a good one. The adaptive trend finder here, it's editor's pick. It's a good one, this guy. Look how popular that is, because it'll let you put a regression channel on in log scale. That's why it's a great indicator. So I've got 2 standard deviations on either side. Okay, so is there any reason to be a buyer here now? Other than, oh, well, they've got great potential long term, right? Okay, well, that may all be true. What if they sweep this, right? What if, right? I'm not saying they're going to. Looks like that's our all-time low. Although I'm not pulling all the way. It looks like it might be. So something ugly happened, but that's not to be ignored, right? I mean, that's a rip-roaring impulse. Rip-roaring, right? And we're going, looks like we're heading to 88. Oh, where's platinum? Right, we're heading to 88, 887. Order block down here? Absolutely. You can see it, right? So here, it's right in your face. Let's bring this back. Where's the order block? Well, what's the obvious tell, right? That fair value gap, which means where's the order block? Right here, which we are tapping into now. All right, so how do we know that's a good order block? Well, look at the rip that came off of it. But you just told me it's not a good time to buy. Well, yeah, that's right. What I would say is, okay, we're in the pocket here. You're at the 50% of it, but you got to see some. You can't just buy because it's where it is. There's got to be price action here to support the decision, right? Because there's nothing order blocks fail all the time. Nothing says that's going to hold. We got to have some what? Oh, I'm going to miss it. 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 That's where you trade it. Now I can tell you that all day long on a live stream in a chart and drawing shit out like that, but to actually do that, that's what separates traders. Waiting, having the patience, having the discipline not to chase, let it set up. It might take 2, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, but it doesn't matter. What's your goal? Make money, at the end of the year or whenever you started, right? If you've been trading for the full year, your objective is to be profitable at the end of the year, not at the end of the day. I mean, that may be part of it, right? But if you're a day trader, but that's not what we're doing here. This has to happen, right? Even this, that would be internal. Where do you get this? This is the first change of character you get, right? This would just be internal. That's just liquidity sitting there waiting to be grabbed, right? That's what you have to have, right? To say, oh, now change of character is a break of structure. It's a structure break. It's just a label. We're calling it change of character, right? But that would suggest, oh, what do we have? Right. Always look, right? What's there? Right. Well, there's a fair value gap sitting right there. Right. So you can almost map this out. Come back to that. Now we don't have any displacement, any order blocks, any gaps here. But as you're coming back, that's what you're looking for. So is this ripe right now? No. Is it one to get on your radar? Sure. Why not? So why would I say that? Because of this beautiful impulse. That's why it should be on your radar. We could go one tick from that and still be a good trade. In fact, the lower it goes, right, the lower the risk, right? But you got to have this. This has to happen, right? Or you're donating your money to hedge funds. Thanks for that one, Steel Swarm. Sonic 99. Oh, man. Sonic 99. I don't know if that's Chinese or Korean, but what he's giving me here is... It looks like, I want to say that's Chinese. Oh, heads up. I got a gray background. Okay, so let me, I don't mind the gray as much as the white that really hits your eyes. So let me get this one off of here. Hey, Sam, I don't trade U.S. or Korea, so it must be Korean. Must be Korean, but I'm interested in my analysis wave correct on a Tesla with Korean, which Koreans really like, and the other is Ecopro, Korean secondary battery company located in the area which I live. Okay, cool. All right, so I'm going to hide that. Thanks for that little note. It's always nice to know why you guys are looking at things and what you're trading. Okay, so let's do Ecopro first. Right, just go left to right. Well, right off the bat, I already, your work is excellent, right? Because he's put the effort in, right? He didn't just go, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? He put some effort in here. So he's working through the subdivisions, which means he's, cares, right? He's not just going to wing it. Okay, right? So this is quite nice here. This is very nice work. So 1, 2, right? Very, very clean. Well, there's an impulse. There's a 3. Now I get another impulse here. Not quite as clear. Let's see. You're kind of stuck with it, right? I can see what you did here because the 2 here doesn't balance with the 4. Oh, what's the alternate here? I suppose are we in Lux? Yeah, we are. I don't know that you need an alternate here, but this looks like that's a 5. I might have put this here. That might balance you out a little bit more. Oh, probably have to do this. How are you going to do that? Probably WXY. Put the 4 here. Does it matter? Well, the only thing that I would be, fuck me, my colors are going to be different here, that I'd be looking for. Okay, that's the 1, that's the 2. Where's the highest probability location for a wave 3? Right where it goes. Okay, so what are we doing here? It looks like what? A, B, C. All right, so I know that color is going to be a little odd. And we... Right now, what are we paying attention to? We're paying attention to this right here. So that's a little bit of a bummer, right? So we've got 1, 2. Let's get you right on that pivot. Get that right there. So we have an overlap. Oh, pardon me. Right, this is not his overlap. Pardon me. It's right here. Colors are throwing me. All right, there. So I got to change that color. All right, so here's the 1, right? So we hold it. So from the 2, I know these colors are going to be a little off. It looks like a slight front run on our golden. And here's first target, second target. So we rip right through that. So not I'm getting it. Wow, that's quite a kick. So here's 300%. Oh God, that's nice. This is really nicely done. 1, 2. So here, if I draw it, 1, 2, 3, 4, going up for the 5. Right. So that's the potential of what it's going to look like. Beautiful. I look at that 3rd, right, with the kick in the 5th. Boy, that's really, really sexy. Just shy of the 300. I'm going to pull that off here just to clean it up a little bit. Retrace here, there's a 38. Looks like I'm going to just pull some of that out. That'll be more meaningful to him. ABC into the low. You can see all the imbalances right here. So beautifully done. Pardon me, we're on the weekly here. So let me do, notice we're on the weekly. Get those fair value gaps in here. It looks like most of these have been reclaimed or mitigated. Let's put up a few more of them. There they are. Excuse me. Oh, God. Excuse me. Right. So we pop right into this one. We leave one behind. So you can, just by tracking the order, the fair value gaps, you can see where the order block is. Oh, there's your order block sitting right there. Why? How do we know it's a good one? Right. Because look what it kicked. So we know this is a low likely to be defended. So as we come out of here, okay, so let's go to the 4 hour. All right. Oh, this is really, really nice work here. You're kind of stuck with a diag here. Oh, fuck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into that 1. Into the pocket here, right, between the 50 and the golden zone, and then look at that rip that comes off of it. So same thing. We know there'll be an order block down here, and we know that is going to be a good order block. If it should have come back into play. Oh, that's going to be wrong colors. Okay, so where are we headed here? That sure looks good. This could be moved right now. We can go here. Looking for this to come back in. Let's change that color. Now we don't have the top yet. All right, so but we'll be looking for something along those lines there. For that 3, it looks like we're going to run into the median line. 1, 2, 3. All right, so are you too late for this? I would say not, right? All that's happened here is you're coming off of this low. God, can this be any better? 1, 2, 3, right? So we're not quite to the 1618 here. That would be up in this range. What do I have looking left? Well, that's a secondary pivot. Now, some people, right? They don't like to color their candles, right? Because it can influence your thinking. I just want to see a little bit more of the fair value gaps where they are. So I know I've got plenty below. So, whoops. This is too steep for a set of median lines. Even if I put them on there, you're going to see we're already there, right? So it's no benefit. So that's why you would go to a channel. So you're waiting for this to retrace, right? So at some point, right, we're likely to do this. Look at all of this imbalance here. That would be, market likes to move from external to internal liquidity. This would be your internal liquidity, right? And we've got a clear invalidation point, so you're looking for that. Nicely teed up. But now, right, you're like, oh, but what? That's where the patience comes in. You got to wait for it. So great one to get on your radar. Great one. Think of something like that. Waiting, right? So what do you do? Well, I'd put an alert down here. 69.7. So I don't have to watch it, monitor it. I just put an alert. Oh, something's happened here. We're getting a little closer. Then I change the alert. Oh, can I get it right here? That's what I do. Looks very nice. So let's go over to, what did you give me Tesla to? That's the one he gave me? I think he did. Oh, yeah, he did. Okay, Tesla, always a little tricky here as we're coming out of this. Now they have earnings. I think it's today. Yeah. Yeah, it's today. I think it's after the market. So we're going to finish this with a diag. Sure looks like it. Here's the 3. Here's the 4. A, B, C. Again, look at the detail, right? So he, instead of just winging it, right? He's accounting for every swing, right? Let's say you build conviction in your trade. Okay, right. So 1, 2, 3, 4. It's weird 4, right? You probably do a WX. Oh, fuck, what are we going to do there? WXY, something along those lines. WXY. Note here, right? Again, I make a point of this just to, where is the highest probability location for a wave 3? Right here, between the 1618 and 175. Where's it go? It's, again, market's not obligated to go there. It's just, wouldn't you want to know, well, where do they usually go? Boom. 50% retrace from this to this for a perfect 50 on the center trend line. It looks like we're going to finish with a diag, but what are we finishing here? 3. All right, so where's the next trade? Well, you don't want to do this on earnings day. I mean, some will take a flyer on it, but 0 DTEs. Or one day, right? You're buying it for tomorrow. That's always you might as well just go to your lottery off a ticket liquor store, right? It's just a lottery ticket. Maybe it happens, maybe it doesn't, right? You have no idea how the market's going to respond. You would anticipate bullish, but you don't know it. It's good detail work here. He's got a little triangle in that B. He's obviously studied Elliott Wave. It's very nicely done. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you got to wait. You don't want to chase here, right? So look, where would be the single worst place you could enter that market? Right there. Right there, because you're just bait. You're breakout bait. Don't be that guy. This is always good here. You want, in a diag, you want to look for the start of the 1 through the pivot of the 3 for a 50. Let me get. Right, Again, see, I kind of eyeballed that, so it looks like it's going to be pretty close. What do they usually do? Start of the 1 through the pivot of the 3 in a diag. We want to look for a reaction at the 50. I promise you, Sonic 99 and I did not set that up in advance so I could wow you there. It's just what do they usually do? And well, look at the reaction there. That's the key, right? Boom. Little inside bar. What'd they do here? I'm assuming you see this, right? They wicked that low, right? So how do we know that that's a good reaction, right? How do we know that's likely institutional buying, right? Well, there's the first one, right? So retail gets, bent over. Somebody shorted that, more than somebody. Many shorted that. Oh, how'd that work out? Don't be that guy ever. You're just asking. You're literally dropping the soap in the shower. Not to be crude, but that's what you're doing. Why would you do that? FOMO, greed, inexperience. It's a telltale sign of a good low, right? Did they bend over retail? Yes, they did. How'd that work out for them? Okay, right. Don't want to do it up here. Same thing. Exactly the same thing. Right as we're hitting that center line. Don't be that guy. Yeah, thanks for that. Two good ones, Sonic. Very nice. Right. So here's someone, right? He's really applying what we're teaching, and it looks like he's doing it profitably. Love to see that, right? That's why I love live streams. I really get to see what you guys are doing. Okay, here's Leon. Yeah, that's a good avatar he's got. Let's see what he's up to. Man, life changed when I used the 1 hour. Oh man, Andrew Munns, good man. Hang on, I'm getting a little hot. Uh-oh, something just happened. Okay, there we go. Leon's giving me Bitcoin. Okay, let's see what he's thinking. Well, you know what I think. Leon, what do we got here? Did you not give me anything? Did you? Looks like you did. Sorry if you didn't. I don't, I tell them, I'd like to see your work. Maybe is this the one you gave me? Yeah, that's the one you gave me. And did anything in your link tree? Oh, you got a bunch on here. So what? Wonder why you left that off. Did you mean to? Let's put some of this back on. See what you're thinking. Why? Let's see. Why is that off? Huh? What? Let's see something. Why are these not showing? Let's see. There we go. Oh, there we go. Okay, so that one's practice. Okay, so there we go. Something that just. Okay, so there's a 2 hour. Okay, so now that I've got this, Leon, I can see what you're doing. Okay, so here's our top. Well, this is a good thought. I guess this would go here. Go here. I'm going to just change that color. Because, right, look, this is very weird, what we just had yesterday. It looked like, oh, we're getting some rotation here out of gold, right? Gold tanked. Bitcoin ripped, and now it's giving it back. So what have we done? We've come back to, potentially order blocks that are lower into that E. Good thought. Very good thought. Okay, so he's got a trade here. It looks like he may be in or has suggested this. So let's pick that apart. Well, what are you pulling here? You're pulling from, where's the top of that? You're pulling from the A. Okay, it's pretty good here. So we can see right here's our value area from the low right to the high. Right, again, it's not rocket science. Here's our POC, right? We're just kind of not, POC is not necessarily a place to enter, right? We know there's a lot of trading volume. Here's the most agreed to price. Not always a good place to enter because you lose edge there. Right, okay, well, we know a lot of people agree to that price. What are you at, 108? God, this is weird. It's a weird setup. The font looks so tiny. Must be something he did. Okay, so let's see how this would fit. What are we doing? Oh, let's see. Do I get any more of your account here? God, there's a whole bunch in here that looks like it's missing. Practice. That's a trend line. Okay, well let's go back. Here we go. All right, so there's all sorts of good work in here. 3, 4, 5. So it looks like something up here. We completed something up here. Not sure what he's calling that. Well, let's just work with what we got here. So this would be our important low. We don't want to see this if this is if this is a 1, which remains questionable. Well, if that's a 1, let's label that, right? If indeed, right, as many have suggested here, we've got a candidate for a 1. Whoa, is this going to be our 2? Let's go to a 4 hour. Take a better look at that. 1, 2. Oh, this is also good. I just didn't get your full count. So I'm gonna change that. Let's go. Let's put that in yellow. Let's go up to minuet. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so 1, 2. So I don't want to put words in your mouth. Is that 1, 2? Is that? Oh, let's see. How would you have done this? 1 here. 1. Shit, I'm not sure where you're pulling that. Oh, well, it's 1. You only got a couple of choices here, right? It's either here. That would be the full rip. Okay, we're doing this on the fly here. Sorry, guys. Okay, all right. So 1, 2, 3. I'm kind of guesstimating based on his count. If this was our top. So what are we doing here? Well, at this point, this sure looks like a WXY, right? It looks like you might be doing this. Y. This would bring this down here. Let's put this up. And put that in white. So I'm just going off of what he's kind of implied here. Oh shit, that's fine. ABC. So this would be A, potentially. Well, he's got a full triangle here, so we don't have an A. Yeah, we do. Here we go. Here it is, A, B, C, D, E, which is suggesting a higher price. Oh, how are we going to get this here? I'm going to move that for a second. See, I'd be more inclined to think WXY here. WXY to come down to finish that. Oh, pardon me. But I'm in trouble with this open space here. If this is the X, we need an ABC. So it would have to get done this way. I may have taken his thing off. Sorry. It's just I didn't get the full read on what you were doing here. So if this is the A and we're going to do a triangle here, the implication would be that's a B before we finish. If a heavy emphasis on if this is going to hold as an X, which it seems reasonable. Right? If this is A, B, C, that we'd come up here into an X, and we're going to go A, B, C, D, E. Now that's different than what he's counted here. So I don't mean to say that one's right, one's wrong. It's just as I look at it here, A, B, you're kind of stuck with that C, D, E, right? So as he's counting it, it's a little bit different. So to me, this looks like what we'd want to do here is come here and then come down and finish, right? So that would give us our B here. I'm not sure, Leon, what you were thinking there. That's always the trade-off here if I don't get something fully labeled. This certainly looks like a triangle because this is the kind of thing you look at and you go, what the oh, triangle. As soon as it's like, what? That's not triangle. So I'd look for one more little kick up here, right? And then down here to the golden. We know Bitcoin loves the golden. Just another option to consider. That's what I'm kind of inclined to think. Per the failed break we had yesterday, that there's a push and then another rip down here to get. So where's the obvious liquidity that they're going to go for? Right, sitting right here. I don't want them to sweep that, but they might. So this is the ripe target here. B, C. That does not mean sit down here with a limit order. That means wait for a reaction, right? Wait for the retrace. There'll be something in here to trade off of. Stop under the golden zone. That's what we're after. I like the blue background, actually. I like that. Okay, I hope I didn't mangle your count too much there, Leon. Good work here. You kind of left me unsure what was going on there. But maybe that was just in the way you copied the layout, and I apologize if I didn't get what you intended there. It looks like he's trading. He's trying to take the trade here, right? I wouldn't expect new highs off of that, but it's a nice little trade there. You can see that, right? He's a nice little trade, assuming he didn't get stopped out. Looks like maybe he didn't. So he's trying to trade into what I would propose would be the E, right? So you got two targets, right? One would be based off risk reward. The other would be, that sweeping that high. And you don't want to be, one tick over the high. You want to be a little bit under. I would go to the close, right? It's because sometimes they'll take it right there to get too close, and they'll fuck with you a little bit because they know that's where most people will put their target, one tick over the high. They'll go one tick under the high, and then start to retrace to panic you out, and then do it. So when you've got two closes that are that close together, that's what I would do. That's still going to get you 5-1. Okay, nice. Okay, Andreas. Oh, he's back with Bitcoin Silver. This is his favorite. Let's see what he's thinking here. Looks like something got broken. Oh shit! I'm sorry. I always say. I see BSV. I think it's Bitcoin Silver. It's Bitcoin Satoshi's Vision. Sorry, Andreas. Okay, so let me copy this. Get off of here. All right. Oh, that's a little messy. Okay, so here's a set of median lines that may not survive. So I'm going to hide those. We got another set here. It looks like it's been pretty good until this recent sell-off. There's the daily. God damn. Allergies are killing me today. Let's get this down here a little bit. Okay, so I got a daily and I can't see in there. So we completed something here. Where are we? We're in log scale. Oh shit. I've got the S&P. I was looking at this going, what the fuck? Okay, so let me try again. BSV USD. Oh, let's use the aggregator. Okay, there we go. Now I got it. Sometimes trying to. That's me not paying attention. WXAB. Doesn't look like that's going to work. So we got to kill that. That still works. I think you can go. Yeah. Well, okay. Well, that's a little wonky there. Well, let's see. This doesn't quite work the way you're counting it. It's hard. Elliott rules and guidelines. This B would need to be higher, right? So it doesn't quite work, but I don't want to nitpick on that. So the problem is what's happening over here. Let's just go with the count here that we've gone with. I'm going to get rid of that. So let's just go with it as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can go with an A, a B, and a C into a W. A, B. This is a little fucked. That's very tricky, no doubt. Let's not just get lost there. Okay, WX. So we would need an A, a B, and a C. Which right now, that's probably fine. So we would need an A, a B, and a C. And it looks like that's going to break up. So all of this is going to be off the board. I'm going to move the Vegas wave just for a second so we can see in there. So what are we going to do with that? This is good. A, B, C. That's good, right? You're kind of stuck with that, the expanded B. This imbalance here fully corrected here and now. Well, that's a decent example of an inverted fair value gap. Right, it was support. It gets broken. Come back now. It's the resistance. Oh, can we get that out of there? Well, that's really some wacky price action. Let's go down to something smaller. This is a tough one to trade. When it's that wacky, I go to a line chart. Well, if that's the B, we're looking for 5 here. So loosely counted. Probably do it here. It's not a great 3. You don't have a lot more to work with there. Can you get it? It looks like you can. Looks like you can get that. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to overlap. Let's try that again. Can I get that 3? I put the 4. Let's just not make it overly complicated. Okay, I can't say I love it. You get some sort of consolidation 4 here. Down for the 5. So there's your 3. 1, 2, 3. Whoa. What have you got here? You got just a big consolidation box. False break. What do they do here? Oh, Jesus. Did they get both of them? I think they did. Yep, we did. Okay, right. So again, things to watch for, right? So, oh, that's it. It's going through the floor. Well, you don't. I can show you all day long, right? But sooner or later, you're going to go, oh, it becomes a hard rule. Again, the reason I speak with so much conviction about that is because I've been that guy so many times, right? Now it's a hard rule. So, okay, what do we get here? Is this, if that's 2 and that's loosely the 3, right? Maybe we've got a 3 there. Let's put, okay, you're in the pocket. This is a, clusterfuck of sorts, but boy, do we come out of it hard. Well, now you got to be careful here because you got to think of these as like this is just a giant big fair value gap. It's just an imbalance, right? And how quickly that gets corrected. So, so are we done? Too soon to call it. 1, 2, 3. It sure looks, triangle 4. One more down. This would not be surprising to truncate down here since you've got just severe wick rejection. So is that a great looking count? No. Something that if it were to come down here, you gonna buy it? Well, it would be the same idea, right? If we came down here, maybe they sweep the low, maybe they stop here, right? Something has to happen here to change it. Can we sweep that? Oh, well, that's a long way to go. And this is the conundrum of swing traders. Oh fuck, man, I got to wait for that. I want to. Well, if this is a 3-hour chart, right? If you don't really, you should wait for that, right? You've got to get that set up, and that could take that could be never, or the end of the year. Or when we got here, December. It's a bummer, right? It's like, oh shit. I know he loves this Satoshi's vision, right? I know he loves this one, but it's just it ain't happening yet. Every just from lower out to the daily, right? It's just lower lows, lower highs since the peak up here. Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. No, it's not a lower low. It's an internal, but there's a lower high. Now I get a lower low. No reason to go yet, right? Other than, right, if you're, I know he is, if you're a long-term believer in the prospects of this as having utility value, well, you could talk yourself into, Jesus, look at this. Accumulation. Did they sweep the lows? That might be the only thing you could lean into here. Oh, look at that, right? Because, you know, there were stops down there. And how quickly that was rejected. Oh, ouch, right? Oh, bummer. That they aren't going to get my stops, are they? Are they? Oh, there's our friend Al. He's always going to be there. Oh. Right to the 50. Oh, look at that. Oh, how sweet, right? Fair value gap sitting right there. Into the 50. But how do I know? How do I know? Right? Just look at the reaction that comes off of it. Boom. It gets right there. It's technical. They get right to it, right into that imbalance here. A wick goes through. Retrace. Oh, they're good. Boom, boom, boom. Right, it's hard to do it, right? So this often, right, if you've gone too big, this will scare you out, right? That's why your size matters, right? So, I got it. Oh. You can see the imbalance in here as well gets inverted. Oh, they're going to get me. Oh, left an imbalance. That's big footprints here. That's going to get me. It's not so fast. Gets reclaimed, right? So potentially, right, bullish. Now it turns bearish. So nothing to do here other than be patient, Andreas, I'm afraid. Okay, how am I doing on time? 12:30. Okay, so I'm going to go to full ripper here. Let's go to copy link. What's full ripper up to? Makes me think of Jack the Ripper. The Ripper. I said to my wife the other day, we were in the car, and Midnight Rambler came on from the Stones. I'm like, baby, you know what this song is about, don't you? Like, no, what? Jack the Ripper. Midnight Rambler. Okay, well, this is some tricky work here, full ripper. Well, number one, I love the detail, right? So he's working this. Oh, is that what you wanted here, Bitcoin? It must be. Is that what you wanted? I got the right one? 1R. No, maybe not. Is that what you gave me here? That's not what you gave me. Let's see what happened there. Copy link. Let's try again. Leave. I don't mind if it's Bitcoin. It just doesn't look like that's what your chart is saying. Wrong chart. Yeah, I didn't think so. Here, post it for me here. We'll come back to Bitcoin. HBAR. Okay, let me try that. Okay, so I got to get rid of that one. Leave. I think if I copy that, now I can do it. Okay, so if I go HBAR USD. Oh, here, maybe I can use this chart now. Let's try again. Copy link. More. Technical difficulties, bear with us. Nope, I got that one again. Okay, shit. Now I got to try again. So, something in what you're copying is just bringing over the wrong chart. So we'll get it. So let's go to so I'm guessing you're on HBAR USD. Are you on Binance with USDT? Binance? Spot? Let's go to spot. We'll just do it from scratch. Okay, this is just me. My old brain needs this so we can see a little bit better. Okay, let's go HBAR. Let's go out to the daily. All right, so that's a nuking. The owl goes out there. Well, let's see. that all wick? It's all wick. It could, you know, it's a judgment call, right? Are they still there? Are they still there? It's tricky, right? It's, you know, not what you'd like to see, right? 707. Again, you want to think of this as just one big fair value gap, right? It's just a huge imbalance. I'd pay attention to the 50% of it as a possible retest. Well, you don't have a lot of choices here. We can take that out. Fast up, fast down. Out of log. Does it help me at all? Not really. Do I need to be in log? Well, you know, 4 times the range, you got to be it. I will do this often. I just want to get the lowest low and what's my high here. Okay, does it change? Is this a one? Oh God, that looks like a perfect impulse. But we pretty much have to look at this in log scale. It does kind of fuck it up. Well, you don't have a lot of choices here. So if you're applying Elliott, you got to go with a 1-2 there, right? But then we can't go 3-4. No matter how you slice that, you've got overlap. So you're kind of, this has to go up here, right? So it potentially super bullish. So we'd have to do another 1-2 in here, that's not really what you want, but that's what we got. WX, Y, something along those lines. That's an ABC rip. What do you think retail thought here? Breakout. Same thing they thought up here, breakout. So what are we doing with that? We're kind of, we don't really want to do another 1-2. So you know, I might leave this higher term count here, but I'd now start working from this low. Okay, all right, so okay, if I need to come back here for this, okay, great, high class problem. What's left, right? I don't, can you even get the impulse here? Well, you can't get an impulse there because of the overlap here. So we can't go 1, 2, 3. We can't go, we maybe go 1, 2, 3. I don't like any, right? So remember, Elliott's not perfect. It's not going to be there all the time, right? You can't get overly caught up in it. So what I would do is kind of do this, right? I would just kind of look at this and go, okay, whatever's happening down here, this has kind of Wyckoffean feel to it, right? We didn't get a spring here, but you got something close to it. So maybe you come down here a little bit, attempted. So we're back in the pocket here. So something impulsive came out of here, and now we're correcting it. All right, so again, in that log scale, we went 707. We got 707 here. Do I want to trade that? Well, I don't. Not yet. Yes, that recovery is good, right? And these guys, this is a true utility case here, but the TA there does not say buy that. Something's got to change, right? We've just got, oh, fuck me. Something like that. We got to get some change of character, right? So it's lower low, lower high, lower low. Why are you buying it? Let's go to the 4. Why? Oh, but look at that recovery. Okay, let's go to the line chart, which is what I think you need to do here. Well, obviously this is key supports down here. Even on the line chart, there's not a lot to do, right? We've got sloppy Elliott. Sloppy Elliott, you've got this wick that's distorting everything. That's a big fucking giant hurry up and wait. You have no edge. That's the problem here. There's no edge. even if I just did something like this. Okay, well, I'm sitting right at the POC. What edge do I have here? I don't have one. So why trade it? Well, I like the story. I like where they're going, right? It's a good use case. Okay, right? Okay, well, is that enough? Is that enough to buy it? I'd want to see this come down here. So this is going to go with alts. Oh, Bitcoin. Oh, where'd we go? Where are we now? 107. Make me want to jump into alts right away. Maybe, right? If we start to work out of this, is that an impulse? Oh, it's just kind of tenuous. I got nothing there. That's just, if you take it, you're just, there's no, what would your rationale be, right? If you're journaling your trades, what are you going to tee up there and say, here's why I took this trade? It met the following criteria. Oh, this looks like this could be Al at work again. This is Wix. Down here, maybe. I think that's, you just got to be patient, right? It's all of crypto for whatever reason, right? It's just getting spanked today, this week. Just let it settle. Something will show, right? It's just when it's not there, don't trade it. Just, again, that's the discipline of patience, right? If it doesn't meet your criteria, why are you trading it? You need some dopamine? Other ways to get it. All right. Okay, well, that's all I got from members, but I do have a list. Sometimes I need them more than others. I got my X list here. So let's just go right here. Let's just do it right here. How am I doing on time? 12:41. Oh, Andrew. I said Andrew Munns. That's very nice of you. Just tipped nicely. I don't get many of those. Nice of you. Well, shit, Andrew, give me a chart, man. Give me something to earn that. Feel free to post up since I'm going to have extra time here because it looks like I'm going to have just a few more here. So I got FET, US dollar. Let's go to, what are we going to do here? Where's the volume? No, we go here. Always, right? I start with a daily. Okay, do I need to be in log scale? This is our AI play in crypto. Oh, can we get, we can't quite get it. Unfortunately. Diag. Doesn't quite work. Well, if anything, this looks like an ABC. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Diag. A, B, C. Expand the B. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into the C. Is that out? Probably. Pretty close to a front run. Another tell, right? Especially when you're coming off of something where you know an algo has fired here. Do we see displacement? Yeah, we sure do. But we don't get an impulse. So this is we've looked at this before. It's what makes this one so tricky. We're not getting impulsive price action. We're getting technical price action right in the pocket. Again, there's just the kind of thing you want to look. Well, here, look at this back to back. Just the kind of thing you want to look for, right? Oh, did they sweep anything? Yep, they did. How about here? Did they sweep anything? Oh, yes, they did. How about at the top? Did they sweep anything up here? Oh, yes, they did. All right, how about over here? Did they sweep anything here before they went? Yeah. Over and over right here. All right, same thing. It's over and over again, right? And amazingly, retail doesn't learn. They don't learn. Eventually they'll learn, but they just keep doing it, which is good news for us, right? We kind of need them to keep doing it. So what are we going to do with this? Well, again, you know, Elliott's not perfect. It's not going to always be there in, perfect 5s and 3s, right? So I would look at this and go, well, W, right? Maybe I'm going to have a a diag here. I've got overlap again, right? Overlap is, what is overlap, right? It's indecision, right? No one side, bulls or bears, is really in full control. You've got an impulse here. We can see this one. It's always a good idea to just label them, just for your own benefit. Okay, well, there's an impulse there, but I went ABC. It doesn't quite work. This, maybe you talk yourself into a diag here. 1, 2. Oh, fuck. 1, 2, excuse me. 3, 4. Well, let's check it. Just as for the possibility, could this be, right? Is this what we're going to end up, how we're going to count this? 4, 5. Let's put that in something bigger. Let's go intermediate. ABC, ABC, ABC. Oh, fuck. I don't quite have it. Well, there's a full impulse right here. So, can we get that all done there? We might. No, I think you're here. And that finishes that. So what are we left with here? So a lot of times you bring up a chart like this, just start digging into 5s and 3s. Where are they, right? So often something will show itself. Oh, let's see. Okay, can I get this to fly? Oh, fuck. Okay, so I got a zigzag here. I got an ABC, right? So can we assemble something here? So I got a zigzag. But, right, I don't get a low. I get it rolls over. It actually looks like you had a shot at it here. So there's just a failed attempt at it. Now, remember what we were talking about before. In a diag, we want to start beginning of the 1 through the pivot of the 3. Can we get something at the 50? Well, it's not precise, but you see what we're trying to do here? Right, we'd have a big target up here. So the algo's in play here. You have the algo responding. You have this big, oh fuck, where is it? Fair gap. If I get down there. Oh, that's a monster. Remember what we were just talking about here, the 50% of that gap, right? It's kind of a, you know, are we going to hold? Could this be 1, 2? Did I do that? I think that's Al as well. It looks like it. Looks like a 50. There he is again. It's probably him at the top too. A little wiki. Looks like that would have failed. Well, they got back on track here. Just shy of second target. What's down here? Why? Or it's always look left to go, why? Why does it stop there? What's there? Well, it looks like you got an order block with fair value gaps on the other side of it. Fair value gaps on top of it, so a decent order. You probably use the whole thing. Not quite there. So potential for that to come down further. But it doesn't have to, right? So the imbalance of the fair value gaps can be enough. So do you have something to work with here? What's your hurry? Oh, that's the low for sure. For sure? For sure? Are you sure? Well, there's never, we're never sure. Looks like it's 5 coming down. Working on it, but that's not really what we want. That suggests, right, if this were to be a 1, and this, well, that can't be the 2, unless we're going to try and kind of bastardize it, which, no, you can't really do that. Maybe you do it here, A, B, C, into that 4. So you're waiting for this to finish, but how would we, that wouldn't make sense, right? What you'd need here is something like this, A, B, C. Then maybe. So this is more hurry up and wait, right? Crypto is taking a beating right now. It just forces more patience. It's annoying. Trust me, I'm annoyed by it. It's annoying. But it is what it is, right? So it just means that discipline to wait, because you will get rewarded if you're willing to be patient and disciplined. chasing is how you lose money. So FET, right? I got nothing there that would suggest time to buy it. Right? It just doesn't make sense whether we're looking at an hourly or a 60. It doesn't make sense yet. Not yet. It might, right? If we got something like this, right? Take the retrace, but that doesn't make sense, right? If you got your Elliott hat on, that doesn't make sense. ABCW, when are you going to go? WX, ABC. It's too subjective. Maybe it might be. Don't trade those. You want to wait for it. What's your hurry, right? I know, right? Oh, crypto and AI, it's a match made in heaven. Okay, but is it? Well, it looked like it was up here. Patience, RSR. I don't even know what RSR is. What's RSR? Oh, I guess it's crypto. Well, I guess we'll go here. I always assume that's where the most volume is. So let's pull out. Crypto alts are just getting gutted. Oh, those wicks are just, right? One thing that ICT, I always want to give them credit for this. I believe this is a direct quote. Wicks do the damage, bodies tell the tales. Wicks do the damage. This is kind of annoying too, right? Because you don't get an impulse out of it, so you're stuck again thinking diag. It's okay, right? What creates the diag, right? It's a lack of conviction from one side, right? It's all the overlap. It's bulls, no it's bears, no it's bulls, no it's bears. Why do we stop here? I don't know, but I'm just eyeballing that. Surprised? I'm not. What's the target? Now, just because there's a target down here doesn't mean it's inevitably going there. This looks like, so you got ABC here, so it looks like you got a W. If you're generous, trying for a Y there. A, B, here's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So I got it, let's label it, let's not be lazy. A, B, C, into that W. A, B, C, into that X. A, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, let me open that up a little bit so you can see it better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. W. X, 1, 2. Does the market move in 5s and 3s? Oh, yeah. Let you draw your own conclusion. You got equal highs here, right? Surprising they didn't get swept. Did they? Maybe a little bit did. Yeah, they did. Whoops. So sorry. Thanks for playing. Well, it could be A, B. Yeah, let's be generous here to the bulls. Right, might as well give them something to lean into. A, B, A, B, C. Looks like that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because we did get a new high there. A, B. Well, we need 5 to finish. These kind of wicks are they really fuck up the TA. That's why I would encourage you keep the line charts as an option. I'm not saying we're done. I'm not saying that, but again, just the whole thing is just a big fair value gap. Wherever this high is. All right, pay attention to the middle, to that 50 for mitigation, potential mitigation, right? You know there's liquidity here. But again, if you're journaling your trades, you tee this up. Why? What was your edge? What was your thinking? Oh, the Y is in. Here's the only way you could talk yourself into that. Again, with your Elliott Wave hat on, the Y is in. Okay, so my WXY is complete. I've gone 1, and that's my 2, and this is what I'm anticipating. Really? Where'd they usually go? You're going to. I'm not saying it's not doing that, right? Nobody knows what it's going to do. I'm just saying what 1, 2. Maybe if you're here, you're like, oh, 1, 2. Well, then if you're working off of closes, then we're done here. W, X, Y, and that could be the 1, 2. But even still, right? Is that it's not quite there yet. If that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, shit, maybe it is. 1, 2. 3, 4, 5. At least let the closes come down here. Well, even with the closing lines, you could probably talk yourself into an order block right there. So, well, okay. 1, 2. Don't let the FOMO get the better of you. Okay, at least let me see. Now, but what if it goes? Okay, well, fuck. What if it does? Oh shit! I missed it. Oh shit! I can never trade FET again. I missed that too. You sure? Let's say it goes here, right? And this fuck, let's say that's the 2, right? We don't make it this low, and we get a nice 3, 4, 5. Is the top in? Did you miss the whole thing, or did you just actually get some confirmation here? Oh, that may be something like this is actually going on. Is that what you're thinking? Right, where the top's in, or would you now be thinking, oh God, I'm glad I didn't fuck with it down here because now I'm going to wait for this. And I'm going to get into the 3, which is your money ball. So why would you not do this? Same thing we're talking about, impatience. Oh, fuck, I didn't want to miss it. What if it goes? Well, then you're working out. If you're taking that, you're working off of line charts, and you're saying the 2 is in. If you're taking it right now, I'd wait. If I'm going to trade off of the line closes here, I'd put the stop under the low. And ignore that. That's what you're trading off of now. And it's valid. W, X, Y, A, B, C. It's valid. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? It's valid. You don't get the little sweep here, right? Remember the wicks are what they're doing with the sweeps. 1, 2. You know. Well, remember, this will not be optional. If this is going to be an impulse, right? If this count's going to play, there'll be this opportunity there. This. Right, you'll have to get some change of character in here, market structure shift, and you can take the 2 and the 3. Right, if you're willing to take the risk that the 3 is coming, then you could take that trade right here. You get my drift. 3s, right? If you want to be in our purple belt, right? That's all we let you trade, 3s and Cs, right? If you want to pass, right? You trade whatever you want, but we're going to count 50. We want 50 trades, 3s and Cs only. Why do we do that? To build that discipline. That's kind of the theme here, right? It's the theme for any trader that's profitable over time. It's discipline and patience, being willing to wait for the setup, right? Why do we give into it? FOMO, bored, dopamine, Jones. Swing trading it's harder because it requires that discipline and that willingness to wait for the setup. You might wait 2 weeks for it, like, oh, fuck. 2 weeks? Are you kidding me? I need something today. I've got 20 minutes. I need a trade. That's how you end up losing a lot of money. Okay, RSR. Now I got B2Q. What's the other one? BTQ. I have no idea what that is. I'm assuming on the NYSE. NYSE. I think he must mean NASDAQ. BTQ on NYSE. Is that a stock? And God, it's got to be he meant that. It's got to be that what he meant. Got to be. I'm assuming. Fuck. I don't know. Some that came from X. So oh shit! Look at this thing. Oh come on, man. We can't trade this. What the hell? BTQ. On NYSE. Let's see. There's the John Heron, BTQ on NYSE. I don't know what you mean, man. I think you mean, well, that's a 15-minute. Just out of curiosity. Interesting. Well, do you see an Elliott count there? Sure looks like an ABC. Oops. ABC going in there. We're done? Maybe not. That would have to be your 4 if we're done, so it looks like that could have another leg down. That must be what he meant. Oh, you could, let's see. No, you think you'd have to be at 1, 2. That's 15 minutes. You want to call that a 4? I don't. Looks to me like we're putting in the 4, so that could have more to go. So I'm not sure I wouldn't go near anything like that. It's just me personally. I'm not saying don't trade it. I'm just saying that's not one I would trade. You know, as we started out, right, 60 minutes or higher is where Elliott's most effective. He's probably got an order block here. That last little move here. Why do I say that? Because of the imbalances that came off of it. Okay, let's take a flyer. I wouldn't go balls deep on that. Why? What? You know, maybe take a flyer on it. Okay, I'm gonna do it on time. Okay, right. Dinner with the ladies tonight. That was nice of you, Andrew. Nice. I remember you. I do. KTA. But goddamn, that was early days of TradeDevils. That's what, 7 years ago? God, have I been doing this that long? I think I started in 2018, early 2018. That is 7 years ago. Holy shit. KTA. I don't know what he wants. KTA. Is this crypto? What does he say? He said KTA. Dr. Octopus. I love the handles. I'm assuming he wants crypto here. That's got to be it. Let's go to the aggregator so we get more. We get everybody. You lose volume. That's the downside to it. Keeta? Shit, never heard of that one. Oh, but fuck, I don't know how many. What we've got. The number of alts are just insane that we have, right? So no shortage of things to trade. Okay, so Keeta. Why do I want to say cheetah? Okay, something to do there. Here, I got a pretty good V bottom. Let's just go to here. This is one that I like. Oh, whoops, I got to do caps. I just use this one because it gives me both regs as well as inversions. So I got a couple of biggies down. Oh, did I turn the inversions on? Let's see. All right, so it's interesting when they overlap. Well, it looks like you got a diag, but that doesn't help. Well, okay, so, you know, applying some Elliott here, it looks like you'd have to do something along those lines here. Oh, even here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A, B, C. Like what most of crypto did. Okay, we got a 2 in here. 1, 2. 3, that looks like your 4. Let's go to a 4 hour. Okay, good signs of good, but that's a nice looking bottom, right? Nice. How about I say this? Nice looking low, right? So we want to come out just like that, right? Like, so that would give me a lot of conviction that I have a good low there. I like a skinny tight bottom. So not a big fat wide, although many disagree. But look, so Jesus, look at the order block sitting here. All right, that's a good one. Right, so just blowing through all the inverted or all the order blocks that were there on the way down, and just ripping, right, just destroying any shorts there. But very shallow on the retrace. Now that's, right, do we need to be there? 25. No, we don't actually. I always prefer not to have to go to log sale. It's not always the choice. So good looking rip coming up. We could probably take these off now because they're all blown. Okay, right. So which is the? Oh, I should probably change that color. Let's put this in. Oh, that's not what I want. Put it in green. Right. Okay. Right. So here's the order block. Now, could it come all the way back down? It absolutely could. Where do they usually go? Right. Now we don't know that top is in. Interesting, right? So you're golden. You don't have well, you got a little order block there, but it's that would be a little baby one, right? How do I know it's still a good order block? Look at the displacement that came off of it, right? So candidate here at the golden. Let's get you right there. Oof, 1, 2. I don't really. That looks like a 4. Let's go down. I don't really have a 2, do I? No. Oh God, it got just far enough. Look, Jesus, look at this, right? Just one more example. Look what they do here. You see that? By a tick. Oof, that hurts, right? You got to give them a little room if you're going to be at the low. Well, it's not corrective. Got absolutely no 2 there. Maybe you'd call it tuck it into that. That's again. What's your edge? You don't really have one. So right, if you've got your Elliott hat on, you're looking at that going, oh well, fuck, I'm not really sure what I got there. I don't have shit. I'd have to be. Where's the last? Maybe it might be here. Looks like it's here. Does that break? It doesn't. Oh, I'd probably be up here, right, for a change of character. I mean, or let's call it a market structure shift, because this pivot, it looks like I don't get a clean break there, but then I do here, right? Then there's a retrace. I might even be able to put it right here. Yeah, you could do it right there. So here's you got another break of structure here. So that would be a breakdown. Right, so this has really got to fly here, and again, in that context of having some patience. Okay, God damn it, do what you're going to do here, right? If you're going to do this, okay, maybe we're getting an algo involved. Maybe. See, that's where you fuck yourself, right? You say, oh, because you get focused down here. You're like, oh God, look at this, it looks so good right here, and you lose context, right? You got to be careful about that. Right, get out to a daily. Are you missing it? Are you? Are you missing it? Right, that's why you always it's top down, right? Highest time frame always rules. So, okay, at least do something to give me some clue that it's time to get bullish. I got nothing here. I got lower low, lower high, lower low, lower low, lower high. There's nothing here to say time to buy, right? And so you get caught up into that. I know that's the low. I know it is. Okay, well, if it is, then this should break no problem. Maybe we're going to go up to some of this imbalance, but there will be this. Well, let me rephrase that. The odds are extremely high that if this is institutional money behind this, what are they seeking, right? They're always looking for liquidity. Where are they going to get it? Well, so I got some right here. I got some right here. I got some right here. That's what the algos do, right? They just move for liquidity. Well, we know we have some down here, but I have some imbalances here. So if we go up here, right, and we're going to come back down, I'd be looking for anything in here. If it goes here, well, okay, well, trade's wrong. But something down here, you're trying to get involved in that, and then pull this back and go, okay, where could that be going? Well, here's the next target. But you got to wait, right? We're back to, oh, man, I want this now. Swing trading, it's a different animal. It requires so much more discipline. Now, it lets you diversify more because you got to wait, right? And your watch list, can be long because you're waiting for things to set up. You don't get the dopamine hit as often, but when you do get it, oh, it's so much sweeter. Trading costs are lower, returns are higher, stress is lower. Assuming you have some money management discipline, you don't just go, "Oh, fuck it, I'm not using a stop. I don't want to get stopped out." You always got to have an emergency stop, right? Unless you're just a long-term investor, and you don't care. You're willing to lose it. You're willing to let it go to zero. 1, 2. Right? What are you trying to get involved in? That's what I'm trying to get. if that's going to go, right? If we're going to go to new highs, that's what I'm hoping I get. Do I know I'm going to get that? No. Do I know that's the start of it? No. But if I map this out, that's what I'm trying to get to. 1, 2. It's not that hard. But what's hard is the patience and the discipline. That's what makes it hard. And why most people can't do it. Because fuck, let's go down to the 15-minute, right? Again, need that dopamine. You're going to come to the charts, look all day, and not take a trade? Oh, come on. Come on, man. Something. Give me something. Well, you can always go to Bitcoin. What's Bitcoin doing? That's my futures list. What do we think's happening here? Do we have a low? Well, I'm not ready to call it yet. Looked better yesterday. Let's go to that 4. It's not anything we can really work with here. If anything, it maybe you got an ABC there, maybe 1, 2, maybe 3. It's just there's no hurt. There's nothing to work with yet. This looks great yesterday. No, well, giving it all back, and now we're in an imbalance. Go 60. Got to clear these, right? Algo knows that's there, but I don't have anything particularly good here. It's interesting. All right, goes right to that. You see the fair value gap right there? What do we do? Right to the center of it. Nothing to work with. You can't even on the shit go to 10-minute. There's nothing to work with here. Which means no trade, which is the discipline that a good trader, a long-term, a successful trader recognizes. I'm not saying if you're trading today, I'm just saying if you bring this up, what is your edge here? Right there, what's your edge right now? I should go to a 5-minute, right? You don't have one. I really would strongly discourage going below 15, right? If you have to trade something, that's no trade. You have no advantage there, none, zip. You might as well just go to Vegas, and at least you get free drinks and a pretty girl to bring them to you. Nothing, no edge, nothing. There's not even liquidity's been swept on both sides. Where's the net? Well, you got a little bit here. I wouldn't call that's not major, but that's potentially right. Algos will grab that because they're probably stopped sitting there. This has been swept. This is your next target. We're going down here. Well, then the 2 is going to have to move over here. Go back to the 1. 1, 2. Even that is like, well, what do we got there? A, B, C. What did we get? I don't even think we made the 50. We didn't quite make it. The 2, no, it's not a significant enough pivot. So even that is a guess, right? It's a wag. Oh, A, B, C. Oh, well, maybe. But you won't be able to quantify it or qualify it with your Elliott hat on until we get the resolution. Which side is going to break? This. Where do we go? Right now, that's again another. I don't trade if I don't see something that I can work with. I don't care how much you want, right, or how much you need, right? The one thing you never want to do is take a trade because you need it. Oh, I needed to make some money today. Oh, bad recipe for traders. You can't need to make money today. I can almost guarantee you're going to lose money if you need it. Market has a perverse way of just punishing mistakes, right? Trading because you need it is a mistake. Again, I've been doing this for a really fucking long time, right? I promise you there is no mistake I have not made many, many times. So I speak with conviction because I've made all the mistakes. I've done them more than once. The bottom line is 2 things, right? Make successful traders: patience and discipline. Those are easy. It's easy to say it. It's hard to do it, right? What's more emotional than money? With your wives out of the room, nothing will make you react in a more stupid, impulsive way than the stress of money being lost. Or you think you've got a winner. Oh, fuck, I got to take it. And then it just goes, another, do the X multiple on how far it goes, right? Because it's a mistake. Why? What's the mistake? You panicked and you're like, I got a winner, I got to take it. Well, that's your first mistake. That almost guarantees it's going to keep going. You don't take a stop. Well, oh, fuck, I knew shit. I didn't think that. I didn't want to get stopped out. It's almost guaranteed it's going to keep falling, right? Because that's the mistake. The market punishes mistakes. It doesn't mean you have to be perfect. There is no perfect trader. There's no perfect trading. But there is discipline where you're willing to say, okay, I was wrong. Nobody likes it. I don't like it. I still, after 30 years, I don't like it. Fuck, I was wrong. But you got to be willing to take it. You got to recognize that if you don't, it's likely to get worse. So just take it now before it becomes something that could really set you back, or push you out of the game, right? Or with Bitcoin, right? Do not let BlackRock take your Bitcoin. They want it. They'll take it. They'll buy it. They'll buy it at 40K. They're going to just accumulate. Anything that you don't. Again, that's why you don't want to trade with leverage, right? Or let me rephrase that, right? Take a small portion for your leverage, right? The rest of it, you're giving them the potential to take it. Don't even let that possibility exist. If you're trading with leverage short term, you're going to give them some Bitcoin sooner or later, but don't give them the bulk of your holdings, right? You'll be so sad, right? 3 years from now, you'll be like, oh God, I could have bought it at 100K. It's at 675. I could have, look it up. Just don't do that. All right, let's see. Let me get you guys over here. See, I'm rambling. What am I doing? 1:15. I got 15 minutes. Let's see. Did anybody give me Mara? Okay. Did Andrew, you give me one? That was nice of you. One for you next week? I'll drop on X later. Okay, good. Mara. Let's look at Mara. And then I guess I get to have a short day. God, I've been going long. Oh, no, fuck. I always do that. Make that mistake. I don't want Python. Mara Holdings. Oh, look at their handle. They got a king on it. So there's a daily. Oh. Ugh. That doesn't look so good. We got to be in large scale, it would seem. Oh, we've looked at this before. Okay, let's get to a weekly here. Oh, well, do you see what just happened there? It was like, well, what the? Oh, you got longer out to a weekly. Oh, there it is. Don't ignore the weekly for something like Mara. Right now, it looks like, oh, that can't be. The 4 too shallow, the 5's too. No. Remember, we're in log scale, right? So it expands everything below and contracts. We compress everything above. So that's a very reasonable count to think. Well, because take it out of log scale. Duh. Okay, so. Well, it looks like you got an impulse there. Don't overlap unless I'm not seeing that with my eye. That's the 2. We don't, right? Things that don't happen randomly. We don't overlap that. All right, so we don't get it. So 1, 2. Maybe a diagonal, almost doesn't matter. Oh, God, you had all the right ingredients there, but it looks like you're going to have to do that as corrective. That owl looks like it could be too far. Closes. Looks like you might have one. Yep, you got closes above. Oops. Hang on. So still a candidate for, if this is an A, right, remember, right, 5s and 3s. There's the 5. There's another 5. Well, wait a minute. That can't be right, can it? Let's go down. A. So I'm going to just float it up there. So right now, remember, an Elliott count, just like any TA, it's a snapshot in time. Right now, that's what you would, again, I don't think we'd have a lot of disagreement amongst Elliottians, although that's That is the knock on Elliott Wave, right? There's too much subjectivity to it. Okay, right? To some, right? To some degree, that's true, but I don't consider that a reason not to use it. It looks corrective because we don't get anything impulsive here. Maybe you tuck yourself into that being a diag, but that wouldn't make sense, right? We've got a 5 here. I'm looking for a zigzag. 5, 3, 5. Now, do I have the B in? Well, it's not clear. Looks like you'd have a pretty big order block right here. Where's my bearish? All right, so I got an order block up here. How do I know that's a good order block? All right, we'll look at the displacement that came off of it. So contender, right? You got a little wick that's going up through it. Right, you would anticipate, right? Why are we not rolling here? Is this Al on the... Hard to call it, right? It's not right to the tick, but that very often they'll front run these. So 50, good, golden zone, right? Very commonly you'll see the first reaction of the 50 because that's where they start buying is the 50 and take it to the golden. That doesn't look good. There's no, again, I would be, all right, take a screenshot. Why are you buying it? Or why are you selling it? What edge do you have? Rhetorical question. You don't have one. No edge. So why are you trading it? You're sitting in, it fucks it a little bit and log, but okay, you're right between the value area, right? So we're 70, all the trading is 70% of the trading is right here. You're just bouncing off the POC. You have no edge here. What's the only edge? If it goes below here, I'll buy it. If it goes above, I'll sell it. That's all you've got to work with here. There's no trade, right? So again, we're back to discipline. No trade. That is a trading decision. There's nothing here to play with. There's no impulse out of this. Jesus, how are we going to do this? Can't be a triangle, although it looks very triangle-like. Like what? I got 5. I got 3. I'm looking for another 5. Unless something else is happening here, which God, could you even squish that into some sort of a? I don't think you could. This is just a huge hurry up and wait. There's nothing to do there. Sorry. Anything else? Let's see here. What did you guys give me one? Oh, fuck. Oh, come here. US dollar BP to see the Val. One of you guys is asking for something. I've got 8 more minutes. Mara. Andrew went to lunch. Use VP to see the Val. Right, there we go. Okay, I think we got everybody. Oh, I guess I get lunch early too. Looks like the market is starting to come back a little bit. Okay, guys. I think that'll wrap it. Thanks to all those that posted. Thanks to those of you on X that posted here. I probably stretched this longer than I needed to, but I always say 2 hours. So hopefully, what did you learn today, right? If anything, it's be patient. You aren't going to miss anything, and if you do, well, there's we got plenty of things to trade. Don't buy pivots and wait till something that you would be proud to show someone, right? Like, oh, look at the setup. I fucking nailed that. That's what you're waiting for. Screenshot, boom, okay, into my journal. Oh God, I know exactly why I bought that. Because then it's got to be something you would take 100 out of 100 times. If not, you're just gambling. Otherwise, if you don't have that kind of conviction in the trade, you almost have no probability of being successful over time until you develop that discipline. Because if you're just winging it, you're going to blow up eventually. There has to be something that, like, I have this set of rules, and if it doesn't meet those, I don't take the trade. If it does meet those, I take the trade without hesitation. And I can screenshot it, put it in my journal, and I understand why I took it. So if I go back 3 years later and I open it up and look at, why did I take that fucking Amara trade? Oh, obviously I can see exactly why I took that trade. Win or lose doesn't matter. What matters is the discipline to wait for the trade and then take it. you can't be scared of it, right? You've heard me say that many times, right? The market gives reluctantly, it takes aggressively, right? But you can't be scared of it, but you have to respect it, which is why a stop is essential. Okay, guys. All right, with that, I'm going to wrap it up here. I'm going to go get some lunch myself. Hopefully the market's going to recover a little bit. I'll be back on Friday. Thanks for hanging